Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headache stack. Restlessness to hell and back.
We grabbed the Huawei Pura X Max on launch day, unboxed it immediately, and I've been using it as my daily phone for the last 3 days. Mine is the white model with 12 gig RAM and 512 gig storage. And honestly, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this phone so different.
Big thanks to my tech partner over in China for providing this footage. I really appreciate the support in making this video happen. Hey everyone, Stella here from techiestreet. If you're into staying updated with the newest gadgets, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our latest tech content.
Let's start with the design. Huawei says it's 11.74 millimeters thick when folded and just 5.91 millimeters when opened. With the camera bump, it reaches 12.75 millimeters. It weighs about 236 grams with the factory screen protector attached. That sounds heavy, but the compact square shape makes it surprisingly comfortable. It's easy to hold with one hand, doesn't dig into your pinky, and the horizontal camera layout stays out of the way. One thing I instantly noticed is the power button placement. It sits lower than on most foldables, making it much easier to reach. Unlocking, scrolling, and pulling down menus all feel more natural. Huawei also keeps its swipe down gesture for the main menu. Because the screen is shorter vertically, reaching the top is easier too. That said, I'd still love to see a swipe anywhere gesture for notifications like Android offers on some phones. Now, here's where things get interesting. The outer display isn't just comfortable, it's genuinely practical. Compared to a regular smartphone, it shows nearly the same amount of content while browsing feeds. In some situations, the experience feels almost identical. Open the phone though, and the advantage becomes obvious. Landscape videos look much bigger, with far smaller black bars. In the Gallery app, where a normal phone comfortably shows 3 columns of photos, this display can fit 5 without feeling cramped. The same pattern continues across apps. Where a standard phone shows 2 columns, this one can often show 3. Even typing feels better thanks to the wider keyboard spacing, which reduces mistakes. That's why I consider this screen genuinely useful. In many everyday tasks, it can actually outperform a traditional smartphone. Of course, there's a trade-off. Because the screen is shorter vertically, you see less content at once. In news apps, article previews may get cut off, forcing extra scrolling. The same happens with long articles and photos. Compared to a normal phone, you'll often lose a few lines of text. Even short-form videos appear slightly smaller. But honestly, these compromises are minor. We're talking about a few lines of text and a slightly smaller video window. The moment you unfold the phone, a full article fits much more comfortably. Watching videos is easier too. Instead of rotating the phone and entering full screen mode, you simply open it and start watching. Then comes the third mode. Rotate the unfolded phone vertically and it feels almost like a small tablet. Portrait videos become larger while the black bars naturally hide distracting UI elements. The result is surprisingly immersive. Comic readers will love this. On regular foldables, comic pages can feel too small. Square foldables often show only part of a page. But here, an entire page fits comfortably on screen, making text much easier to read. And that leads to the biggest difference. What sets the Huawei Pura X Max apart isn't just the hardware, it's the experience created by its unique shape. A typical square foldable really has 2 modes, folded or unfolded. This phone effectively gives you 3. First, a wider smartphone. Second, a large candy bar style phone. Third, a tablet-like experience. And that flexibility matters more than you think. Some apps still struggle on foldables. With this phone, you can simply rotate it and use those apps like a large traditional smartphone. Whenever it's unfolded, you're always getting more usable screen space than a standard phone. That's something square foldables can't always guarantee. After 3 days of constantly switching between all 3 modes, I haven't seen a single bug, stutter, or lag issue. Huawei's years of experience with foldables and HarmonyOS are clearly paying off, and in daily use, it really shows.
Now let's talk about software, because this might be the most impressive part of the phone. The level of optimization shows up everywhere. App animations are smooth, photo editing feels polished, the dock bar is genuinely useful, and the built-in AI tools are surprisingly powerful. See something on screen you don't understand? Just circle it and ask the AI instantly. Here's a fun example. I used the knuckle screenshot gesture to save a blogger's cover image. Then I added my own photo and gave the AI a simple prompt: generate the person in figure 2 using the style of figure 1. A few seconds later, the result looked shockingly good. Honestly, if AI keeps improving like this, are we all about to start making top blogger covers ourselves? Now, gaming. Thanks to the near tablet-sized display, games feel fantastic. In some cases, the experience is even better than on a traditional foldable. The main limitation right now is game optimization. Honor of Kings performs especially well, supporting 120 FPS and scaling beautifully on both displays. Games I play, like Golden Cicada and Naruto, also look great because of the screen proportions. The only issue is that their frame rates are still locked. Once updates arrive, the hardware should have even more room to shine. Next, the cameras. Huawei has equipped this foldable with one of its strongest camera systems. To see how good it really is, we compared it directly with the Mate 80 Pro Max. During the day, the difference is surprisingly small, but at night or in complex lighting, the Mate 80 Pro Max pulls ahead. Its larger sensor captures cleaner lights, better textures, and more refined details. And that's exactly the point. This may not be Huawei's absolute best camera phone, but it's easily among the best foldables for photography. As for flagship features, everything is here. NFC, wireless charging, infrared remote control, the Kirin 9030 Pro chipset, and solid speakers. Whether the phone is folded, unfolded, vertical, or horizontal, you still get proper stereo sound. Huawei really packed this thing with features. Of course, no phone is perfect. First, the 5300 mAh battery. On paper, it doesn't sound huge. After 3 days of use, including mostly light use with one SIM, the battery hasn't felt problematic at all, but I'll need more time before making a final judgment. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Apple's future foldable ends up using even smaller battery. Second, the home screen layout. In widget mode, you only get 3 rows of apps instead of 4 on many foldables. That could become a common trade-off for devices in this category. To Huawei's credit, they've handled it intelligently. During setup, widgets and dock apps stay in place, while top row apps get moved to another page, making reorganization easier. Third, the inner camera placement. At first, it may look unusual, but it's clearly intentional. If Huawei had placed it on the opposite side, it could interfere with gaming controls, close buttons, and even skip ad icons. In real-world use, the current position actually makes a lot of sense. As for heat, nothing unusual at all. I never experienced overheating during testing. Now let's talk price. The Huawei Pura X Max starts at 10,999 yuan in China, roughly 1,193 pounds in the UK, or about $1,613 in the US. So, what's the final verdict? Huawei genuinely impressed me with the software experience. The polish, optimization, and attention to detail are excellent throughout. When I bought the phone, a Huawei store employee quietly asked, "You're not planning to resell it, right?" I laughed and said no, and after finishing this review, I still wouldn't want to sell it. It's been a long time since a tech product felt this unique. Using it has been genuinely fun. And honestly, that's probably why this review ended up so long. This is an incredibly flexible device. It can replace a tablet while still working perfectly as your everyday phone. It finds a smart balance between portability and screen size. Huawei has set a strong example here. Right now, this feels like the benchmark for this type of product. The only question is, will competitors follow this path or try something completely different? That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and support the channel. I'm Uncle Bai. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.